Hello, everybody. Welcome to Outlaws Wrestling Corner. If you're a fan of wrestling and you like all my content, me and my good buddy Trevcore post on here, smash the subscribe button and click the notification bell. Let you know when we upload wrestling content for you guys. I'm here to talk about Darkside of the Ring, Brawl for All. I think it was back in 1998 or 1999. 1999, they had the Brawl for All. There was a wrestler named Bart Gunn. If you don't remember him, Bart Gunn was part of the Smoking Guns with his kayfabe brother, Billy Gunn, aka Monty Kip Sop. And he's also the coach of AEW. Well, what happened was basically Bart Gunn, after the Smoking Guns, he didn't become that big of a wrestler anymore. So they did this Brawl for All, which was about boxing. So they had Bart Gunn versus, I'll just go over the term. It was Bart Gunn versus Dr. Death Steve Williams. Dr. Death Steve Williams was like good friends with JR, Jim Ross, also another announcer for AEW, as well as back in WWE. So what happened was Bart Gunn knocked out Dr. Death Steve Williams, and it ruined his career. I think he had to quit WWE, I think that was a lawsuit or so. I'm not sure about that. But after that, because Bart Gunn's like, tell him I'm going to knock him out. Dr. Death Steve was like, oh, you're knocking me out, huh? Well, he actually did knock him out. And then Darren Drozdov, he's another guy that got injured, which we'll get to in a bit. He's in a wheelchair. He faced off his first time against John Bradshaw Layfield, a.k.a. Bradshaw. They had the boxing match. Darren thought he was going to win the match, but Bradshaw knocked him out. And this Brawl for All was John Bradshaw Layfield's idea, because he wanted to be the one to knock out people. Honestly, in my opinion, I think that was a bad idea for the Brawl for All, because people got hurt. And then later on the next round, it was Bart Gunn versus Charles Wright, a.k.a. the Godfather. And Godfather's like, I'm going to knock you out. So basically, what happened that second match is, because Godfather probably could, but his leg got all messed up, and he wasn't able to move, and then he got knocked out by Bart Gunn. Because Bart Gunn always kept punching with his left hand. And then later on in the round, he faced, in the finals, was Bradshaw. And Bradshaw's like, I'm going to knock you out. That's funny. They're always cocky backstage saying, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock you out. So basically, what happened was, Bart Gunn knocked out Bradshaw, which was his idea for the Brawl for All. So later on, Bart Gunn is the winner. And what he got as a winner was he got boxing gloves. One thing is Jim Cornette was shooting on Vince Russo because he didn't like that idea, because Vince Russo's like, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't trying. But he's like, oh, if I reveal it back then, I wouldn't do that because Brawl for All was dangerous. Yeah, of course it was, because Dr. Death Steve Williams' career is ruined, and Cornette doesn't like Vince Russo at all. He's like saying, one day he'll piss on his grave. And Jim Cornette, he's pretty funny. I mean, he has a podcast he does too, but he's with W for years. So what happened was basically, he's telling Vince Russo, you shouldn't do this Brawl for All. This stuff's dangerous. And Vince Russo won't listen. And like I said, injuries happen to like Dr. Death Steve Williams, Charles Wright, and even Bradshaw was twitchy like when he got knocked out by Bart Gunn. But, Vince Russo, he always likes to just do it, to have entertainment stuff, because he was a creative writer back then, head creative writer at WWE, so. Alright, let's get back to more of the Brawl for All. So, Darren Drozdov, he's in a wheelchair, and later on, we'll get to that, and then we'll get to the last match that Bart Gunn had for his punishment. So Darren Drozdov had a match against D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown did a weird running powerbomb, and Droz said he messed up. He slipped or something and landed on his head. And then he was like, D'Lo's like, oh, can you get up? Can you get up? He's like, I can't move. And D'Lo was crying because he thought he was joking, but he wasn't joking. And Darren Drozdov ended up being in a wheelchair for the rest of his entire life. He's got like 2 dogs. he could still talk and stuff, move his arms, but it sucks for him because he was a pretty good wrestler. He's also known as Puke, and also a member of the Legion of Boom back then. But he said he and D'Lo talk, so he's like, it was my fault for falling on my head, so he blames himself for that back then. I mean, and D'Lo Brown's like, wrestling accidents can happen. You can get injured, you can get hurt, anything can happen when you do Brawl for All. So another thing that happened basically was Bart Gunn, after he won those smoking those gold gloves, as well as $75,000, he was at home for like, I think, a long time. And later on, Vince McMahon came back and was like, why don't he face Butterbean? And Butterbean is a real boxer. Of course, he became a martial arts fighter in Japan, which he knocked people out too. And then Bart Gunn, I think, did it, but we'll get to that. So WrestleMania, it's Butterbean versus Bart Gunn. And basically, Vince is getting Bart Gunn that because Bart Gunn knocked out Vince McMahon's boy and Jim Ross's boy, Dr. Dusty Williams, which ruined his career. So basically, what happened was it was Butterbean versus Bart Gunn at WrestleMania, and Butterbean knocked him out really fast. First time, gets knocked out again. That's the match. It's over. Poor Bart Gunn. They're going to get punished by him, and it's not his fault. I mean, they should have never done this Brawl for All. It was pretty dangerous to do, honestly, on wrestlers and stuff. So that was the end of the Brawl for All. Later on, Bart Gunn would be done WWE, and he would go to like Japan and stuff and do some like, you know, martial art MMA. Him and Butterbean. But at the end, basically, like I said, Vince Russo was saying, if I go back to this, I wouldn't do this. This was wrong back then, what they did, because Brawl for All injured people. And they're like, the Brawl for All should never happen. And Bart Gunn says, as long as it never happens, I guess, because we learn from our mistakes. I mean, it sucks. It costs people injuries and stuff and get messed up. But they still talk. But at the end, Bart Gunn's just with his wife, his family, and yeah, that's pretty much what happened for the Brawl for All. But yeah, at least they got to win some money out of it. But you know, injuries happen. You know, that's how wrestling happens. You're gonna get injured sometimes. But that's it for the Brawl for All. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and also be sure to remember to subscribe to this channel, because me and my good buddy Trevcore, we do our results for, he does AEW, I do NXT, I do Impact Wrestling, and we do whatever wrestling news is going around the world, as well as we do pay-per-view results, or what we predict for pay-per-view, our predictions. So be sure to check out our channel. Or you can check me out at twitch.tv/outlawsgeneration. Check him out, twitch.tv/Trevcore, or you check out Trevcore's Toy Show, which is his YouTube channel. Alright, everybody. Thanks for watching Wrestling News. I'm your host, Mike, and like I say, it's all about the wrestling, brother! Ooh, yeah! Dig it!